Hey everyone, this is Gulmov. We are on the LavaCraft SMP. We were invited to come play, and they're only 2 weeks into their 4th season, so we have just a little bit of catching up to do, but I've got a really good feeling this is going to be awesome. This is really unique. We've got a couple of minor changes. It's still vanilla, with just a few changes here and there to make it a little bit more exciting. So first of all, the seed started out at 1,000. So 500 this way, 500 this way. But we have the option to expand the border. So every diamond is going to expand the border just a little bit more. Now, in this last 2 weeks where they've started up, I think they've expanded it to about 3,000 already, which is really awesome. And then we've got a couple things. It's going to be very Hermitcraft-esque. So we've got shops that we can build, and we're going to do kind of like the permit system, like you may have seen. It's going to cost 1 diamond block to create a shop, and then you have the ability to only sell that thing. You know, you can do some side bartering in the background, but for the most part, you're gonna have that shop, and the shop is gonna be, the shopping district is actually gonna be in the end. So as you saw here at the beginning, this is LavaCraft Journey's End. There's a big focus on the end, and there's gonna be some custom structures that are generated in the end. So I'm really excited to see kind of what comes out of that. Now, because I have 2 SMPs going on side by side, and the other one's only 6 episodes in, you guys have seen all the beginning stuff already.
Hello.
You've seen all the initial mining, the grind, the looking for shipwrecks, the building food, and in this one, oh, there's Coda. In this one, we've got the dragon fight in 2 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and just power through and get the first stuff just done real quick. I grabbed some food, some wheat from a field, and then I went ahead and grabbed a saddle off somebody. I want to go ahead and just explore as much as I can. I don't have the seed yet. One of the other cool things is that we can buy the seed with an elytra later on. So what that does is it kind of makes it so the early game is truly early game. We're not going to be able to use chunk base and make everything perfect. So it promotes starter bases, and it promotes kind of playing Minecraft the old school way at the beginning, which I really love. All right, we have explored. So let's show you what we did. I ran the entire perimeter. Let me just go as high as possible here. So we're right here on this little peninsula, if you will. Here is the main starting area right there that you remember from earlier. And so we ran this way. Then we ran all the way around the perimeter. All the way around. And then I died right there. And then I spawned back here and then ran this way, back around. And then once I was done, I got all my stuff back. I had run the entire loop. Then I decided to start looking, at this perimeter, where did I want to go? And nothing really piqued my interest. I did notice that let's see, this is the north side right here. North, yes. So this village right here, see this pillar right there? That's actually the end portal. I was running around and I saw a village, and then I saw a man-made object, and there's actually another portal there, which... there it is, right there. So I didn't go into the nether, but I decided to check what was in that hole, and it was the end portal. That is going to be the dragon fight on the 28th. So I've got 2 weeks exactly. And so anyway, I ran back around, got my stuff, and I didn't like anything I saw kind of on the edges. And so I started running this way. I thought this would be a good area, but then I saw someone was building right here. So I decided to keep going, and eventually I found this little slice of heaven. So let's go back down here. So this is a nice little peninsula, but what I like about it, and I'll load all of this in once I get going. What I like about this is, look how this is right here on a cliff. This is really cool. And it gradually tapers down. And so I went ahead and I've got some sugarcane going. I'll show you all the stuff I got on my little trip. I'm thinking for this area, there's a nice little hole here. It's a cave. I don't actually know how far it goes down. I did light up a bunch of it. So you can see I ran around and lit up pretty much all of this, except for maybe over in that direction. What I really think could be cool here is if I just flatten this a little bit, maybe to this section right here, this level right here. So flatten all this down. That's going to give me a ton of land, and I'll cover that over. That's going to give me a ton of flat area, and I can build my whole little compound on here. This will be really cool, I think. So here's what I got. I've got these goodies. I only found one shipwreck that had a treasure map. So I think the diamonds came from that, and I think this came from that. I do need to get some some copper. So we decided as a server that when we do the end fight, everyone's going to be in copper armor with level 1 enchants only. That way it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, they didn't say we couldn't have slow falling potions or water, so I'm definitely going to do that. There's actually these. So on top of shipwrecks, there's these little floating rafts, and I might have already hit this. It's just like extra shipwrecks. So this is a custom village. Remember at the beginning I said that this map, this server has different structures that are loaded in just to kind of make the server feel a little more alive. So there are these little outposts. They're not pillager outposts. They're just villager outposts, and they come in all different colors and well, same shape, but depending on the biome. So this is a birch biome, birch forest. So it's got that birch stuff, and this is just one of those custom builds. And there are a lot more that we're going to end up seeing and exploring. I actually encountered a really big, almost like an underground cavern system that was custom, and it was really neat. So I want to show you this. This is where I'm going to get my villagers from. We are rolling up here. There were 3 villagers at that lighthouse, and so I've got those 3 right here. What I'm thinking is a little bit of planning. If I know I want to flatten this out for multiple buildings, big building, honestly, don't know yet. I probably don't want to put any sort of starter base there. So if I come down to, say, this area right here. This is below the area. Let me set up a villager breeder and then a starter house next to it. So these guys are already starting to breed with each other. They both took their professions, which is great. This first guy, I got him to do carrots and wheat, I think. Carrots and wheat, so I traded the one. And this guy does potatoes, but I can't lock him in yet. I'll tell you what, I'll just have to lock him in later. But this guy's locked in. While I've got this sand smelting, let's make a dispenser real quick. So we're going to create a bow, and then we're going to go here and do a dispenser. So the reason I'm doing a dispenser is once I get these villagers in their little spots, I want to be able to easily just pull them out of there. If I put a dispenser right in this spot like this, I should be able to easily pull these guys out. Just like this. I'll put the water goes right up here in the top, and it pushes over against this wall, so they're all going to sit right in that nook. And then if I put my powered rail here, and a couple of these guys, yeah, I should easily be able to pull out each one individually. So we are here, perfectly under it. Now, I believe if I have a stream of 5 here, I can put, let's see, signs right here and right here. Yeah, I don't believe the babies can jump. If they can, what I'll do is I'll back this up one more so this stream's just a little bit shorter. But this should be enough of a gap to where babies are going to come in here, and then until they turn adults, they're not going to be able to climb up this little water path right here. Now I can easily pull out villagers once they're grown up. So this gives me time to start working on my starter house. I'm not a builder. If you guys have watched me for a while, you'll know that I'm actively trying to learn how to build, but I am definitely more of a redstoner. So let's just put something together. Quick stop here to see the first one being made. Is he in there? I think he's in there. Yeah, it's the first one. Okay, so before we get too far ahead of ourselves, you're going to see a time lapse up at the top, kind of the makings of this. But I figured I'd go ahead and just give you a walkthrough. So we've got this villager breeder, just like last time, and it goes underground and it comes up just like you saw, and I built this around it. So I got a nice little patio. I opted to not go completely symmetrical because I have a habit of always doing things symmetrical. So I figured let's just mix things up. So this is one side. This is going to be the front right here. And then I got this nice little nook over here. And, you know, I put just some barrels and some cauldrons just to mix things up a little bit. And overall, I'm pretty excited with how this turned out. Let me go inside and show you what I did. Again, I'm not a builder, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. So I wanted to catch you up now because I've started doing some villager stuff, and I felt like it was important to catch you up. This is going to be the storage for villagers. You know, paper, books, sticks. I did start doing stick trades. I got about a stack out of stick trades, and my goodness, it goes through. I think I went through like 6 or 7 stacks of logs. I cannot express how much I did not enjoy that. With how long it takes to cut these down using just an iron axe, no thank you. So we are going to be doing the iron farm. I know I said I was going to nix that and do the stick trading, but anyway, so we've got this up here. So this upper area is going to be starter storage. You can see I've got organics, wood, miscellaneous, stones, dirt, mob drops, just what I've collected so far, and then kind of all my goodies. I was going to have these guys shoot out and then go right inside, but I couldn't get them to get their trades, and I think it has to do with how close they are and they think they can get away. So what I did is, right now they're going to come out of this and they're going to drop straight down. So let's go right here. They're going to drop straight down here. Loop around, sit inside this where they can't get out at all. And then once I get the trade I want, I'm going to flip this lever. And they're going to shoot all the way up to the top. And I can just put them where I want. So my goal right now is to do... Ooh, there we go. I want to get mending, unbreaking, efficiency. I think what I'm going to do is try to get these real quick and then see what happens from there. A couple hours later, and having to grind specifically for this guy, I kept getting unbreaking too, but I finally got him. So this is a starter base. I'm not going to get all of the villagers here. We are going to eventually have a primary building for this, but I did get the essentials. Looting 3, mending, silk touch, efficiency 4 for 17 diamonds, and immediately after that, I got efficiency 5 for 23, which is much better. So I will eventually unlock this guy and see if he gives me anything else useful. If not, he's gone. Protection 4, unbreaking 3, and this is the worst. I know I said I was going to use sticks to get my emeralds. It is the worst. It is painful. I went through so many stacks of logs and only getting maybe a stack or so of emeralds. It's awful. I'm building an iron farm, and I think what I'm going to do is just stick it right below. That way I can easily access everything, and while I'm in this area, it's always loaded. So that's my next step. I need to go get some zombies. The ones I had over there died, unfortunately. I put a helmet on them, and apparently helmets break in the sun. Didn't know that. So I'm going to go find a couple more zombies, drop them in the bottom, get some villagers down there. Let's get an iron farm going. I got these guys right here. Let's see if I can toss them down in here. Pull them to the side. And dropped. No, I'm gonna die. Alright, so I really only needed one, so I'm glad that guy survived. I've got this guy here. Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but whenever you do just a basic farm, sometimes it stops working until the nighttime when the villagers have a chance to sleep. And, you know, if this guy never breaks line of sight, sometimes they don't actually, they're not able to go to sleep. So what I'm doing now is I built a little repeater clock going. So this should be fine here. Let me see if I can get this back. Perfect. Now if I, let's turn this sucker off. I'll show you what I have down here. Just a little repeater clock going down here, but let me turn it all the way off. So there, it should stay powered. Is that enough? Oh, that's not enough. You know what? I need it to be down and then go up. Let me fix that. Okay, let's try this again. Let's do a quick little on off. There you go. So that should be enough. It needs to break line of sight long enough for the villagers standing here to be able to lay down in their bed. Here is the first batch. Oh, are they stuck on my pillar? They are. No, it's not working. Alright, I need to break this dirt pile right here. Okay, and then pop him right down on top. Done and done. Alright, so I'm going to pull these guys in here. I tell you what, if I just put their beds down, that probably will fix it. So let's F3B. And... okay, so if I just put their beds down like this, And I might have to wait till they go to sleep next time. 1, 2... Put one right here. I could also go ahead and put these slabs down, so now nothing is going to... The iron golems won't be able to spawn over here. Okay, so if I break these, I wonder if they can even be seen. Oh yeah, they can. Okay, so they can definitely see the line of sight here. And I'm thinking when they go up, when he goes up, can they be seen? No, look, his line of sight is up above this. So I need to make sure that when nighttime comes, they can dip down in their bed. I wonder if I should block this off so that there's... You know what? I should block this off so that they can't go over here. And then they're forced to stand on their beds. Let's do that. Okay, that's that side. I need them out of their way. I could probably do this right now, just to help. Alright, so let's get these blocked off. Get out of my way, dude. I need him... There we go. Alright, so now they can only stand on their beds, right? Their beds and in front. Okay, so now let me bust these out. That's 1, 2, and... Get out of my way. I'm holding down the click button. There we go. Hopefully that does it. Now I just need to get out of here. I'll tell you what. Let's cheap this out. And now I can easily get back down here if I need to. There. Like it never even happened. It's just about nighttime. They should be sleeping, so hopefully... Let's get down here and check this out. I'm hoping the line of sight gets broken just enough so that they can... Okay, one slept. The middle guy slept. I need all 3 of them to sleep. And I'm wondering if this isn't quite enough. That's the middle guy again. Come on. I need it before someone actually goes to sleep. And if I just extend this a little bit, then it won't be an issue. Left guy slept. I need the one on the right. That's the middle. Oh, nope. He must have. There we go. So I've got iron going. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to AFK this for a little bit, and we'll come back and see what happens. Alright, so we've got them spawning and dying pretty regularly. I've got these guys right here going for about 4 or 5 hours, and it turns out I was getting quite a bit of iron. So I don't have very much in here at the moment. So here we go, top layer. Oh, I didn't take it out. Let's see. There's the top layer, and so that's what I have at the moment. But I've been trading for emeralds, so I got all of these guys, which you can see I've got some armor now. Pretty basic stuff, but this is just what I was able to buy from these guys. So you can see I've got my iron is 4 iron per emerald. I'm going to bring a zombie down here, probably next episode, and get these guys converted so that these will be a 1-for-1. Then I'm just going to have unlimited iron. And then it doesn't matter what the trades are for the guys upstairs if I just have an unlimited amount of emeralds. But you can see these guys, they've got some stuff. I wasn't able to get swords, so I had to make a sword and go use an enchantment table over at their place over there. They have a nice little enchantment setup, so I was able to go use that. But we're getting tons of emeralds, and I think that this is kind of where I wanted to be. So we've got quite a bit done. This house is definitely a step outside of my comfort zone, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And this episode, I know that there's a lot in it. It was jam-packed, and I've got about a week and a half until the end fight, so I'm going to be ready. I've already got armor. I know we have to use copper, but I've got armor. I've got villagers. I want to stress that this is going to be a temporary base. You know, this is called LavaCraft A Journey's End. So we're going to be spending a lot of time in the end, and maybe even terraforming our own island. I actually don't even know what to expect, if I'm being honest. This is going to be a really great start. We've got a starter house, we have villagers, we have an iron farm, and next episode we're going to do a little bit more. We're going to get some mob drops, we're going to get to the nether. It's going to be awesome. I appreciate you guys coming by. If you liked the video, give me a like, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!